rolling. Are we waiting for all this?
I'm here. I'm ready.
Also here.
It's literally just a DM.
Never get it. Yeah.
All right, can I begin?
Indeed.
Welcome to another episode, or another episode into a new arc of the Stürmkrag Saga. We are now exploring the Vinland arc as the adventurers had returned from a very verdant place. Um, After they have traversed the uh, deepest sectors of the oceans. You guys, while you were in the other continent, you had seen a strange way of life that other humanoids had been living. How had they erected their societies and civilizations, and what kind of ideals and bonds they had, completely alien when held in contrast to what uh, is a way of life in Stumkrag or even Batterfloy. Um, they are in the lamest terms, Frenchmen, because you guys landed in a place called Frothies. Um, and you explored, you attempted to find the moats, which you did after doing a bunch of Viking stuff, making a few enemies, making a few allies, discovering um, weak societies of knights, whatever the fuck that is, and also weird temple farms to unknown gods. There was an old faith shrine in the city called Underlag um, that was all very foreign to you. No Norse deity was being worshipped there. You have ransomed, you have killed, you have sacked, you have traded, you have prospected these lands, although in small scale. But the fruit of your labors really lie in the conquering of Riverguard Keep. As you guys annihilated the defenders using wit and a whole lot of moonbeam, because I I wasn't expecting you guys to beat that werewolf, and then you kind of stacked moonbeam on him, because I was like, these guys don't have silver damage, but there you go, perfect spell for a perfect situation. So well earned um, asset to the crew of the Hellas Harpy. Um, and then in Riverguard Keep, you found moat cultists, who of which would have been able to transcribe the primordial runes runes etched on that strange obelisk you found in the eastern swamplands back in Agria. Um, and the very obelisk that had, as the players said, that they got isekai'd. As much as I hate to use that term, that just really shortcuts what happened to you guys. But nonetheless, you conquered the keep. You got the moats to read the dialects. Pi very intelligently told him to repeat what the text said in the dialects to someone who's been taking notes, and that triggered the portal to open. And then you traverse Ginnungagap, the void between realms, poetically written. Um, but now you know what that means. You have traversed the endless sea, region where Stürmkragian and many sailors and rogue raiders had refrained from sailing due to the fear of being destroyed by the world serpent Jormungandr. And you guys found a way around that, and now there is this gate to fertile, rich, grand lands that are not rid by perpetual winter or um, whoever held grudges against the conquest of Batterfloy. And a new chapter in Stürmkragen history has been opened. Many of, as you spend time in the capital, Stürmkrag, and you go to rest for the night, you hear the term Beyonder being thrown around. It is pretty obvious that they have branded this word to your characters. You're now known throughout the capital as the Beyonders. You are the people who have traveled beyond to different worlds, or I mean, how else would you explain what you went through and um, what you found at the end of your journey? But yeah, we will start the first little chapter in the Vinland saga, and we're gonna jump to Oldest. After you had spoken with the king and relayed him what had happened and what you saw in the other continent, which I don't believe anyone had come up with a name for it yet, but many of the people are calling it Vinland. Uh, After you exit the keep of Stürmkrag, what is? I mean, we'll just say you guys are in. You exit together, and now there's Otis, Kiki, and Kendra. Oh, exiting the keep. And as you walk outside, you see, because the king had announced Finnbo Winter had already been ongoing. Um, the the weather had turned to an absolute worse. The visibility has dropped considerably. There's not much traffic in the streets. Everyone seems to be sheltering from the bitter cold. Um, what do you guys talk about?
It's cold out here, even for me.
Yeah, I'm not all that too used to this cold. I'm used to being in the mountains where it's nice and toasty. At least here. But, what now?
Well, I guess that depends on what we need to get done here. What needs to happen first?
I'd be thinking, if possible, I'd like to go back to Kazkarem and see how things are doing there. Go get a drink at the tavern, see what my master is up to. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Well, that would be nice, but we left a lot of men back there. Some alone. All they know, as far as we know, we took their only way back with us. That's that obelisk, so just 30 or so to hold off the enemies from there. That's probably not a sustainable situation, I would think.
Alright. Hmm. Then should we probably be finding a way for everyone to get to the new land?
Within time, but definitely seemed what the king wished.
How much time do we have? This cold seems pretty biting.
It is.
Kendra, what do you think we should do?
Hmm. So, can we not simply bridge using the same method that we used prior to accidentally get here? Can't we just do that with everyone?
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
we
I've one
can.
can fit on the heartbeat.
True, but didn't it cause a storm of sorts that sort of took everything that was around? We didn't even have to
Did
be
it
on the ship.
really?
We just activated it on from the location, and then it poured the whatever was unfortunate enough to be around into the new
So
world.
there is an important distinction here to remember. What happened in the eastern swamplands was not the after effect of reading the runes on the obelisk. That was just a very different from what happened when you were in Riverguard Keep. Once the dialect was read properly in the right dialects, um, it was a pretty harmless transition. Although you were still spiraling through a whirlpool and then in like a highway underneath the sea. It was very different when that shit happened in the eastern swamplands where you guys got ripped from your feet and then tossed into the oceans and then funneled into a whirlpool. So just that was clear, and also just to reconcile, the king had already initiated a migration. Um, so there are already Stürmkragans already coming to the capital to reconsolidate, and you guys were pretty much a godsend at the moment. So with that knowledge, um, you can carry on. Be right back.
Oh yeah, with that, seems pretty intuitive. Then we just read the runes, and everyone migrating gets migrated. This how all have to be on ship.
Yeah.
But do we know the way there and back?
Are we coming back?
Well, I think there's more that needs to be done here than you can just deal with in one day.
True, the migration should take a while, but once it's done, I can't think of much reason for at least the migrants to return.
I'll just gonna look off to the north, pursing her lips and thinking.
The um, as I have said, visibility is heavily hindered by Fimbulwinter. But you look out, and um, what are you what are you trying to do?
He's just looking north, just in thought, wondering, old concerns growing back up.
Well, let's see this. How long do you think it'll take before everyone is ready to travel? And are we certain that the thing can take everyone there in one go?
Maybe not one go, but it definitely can take everyone. I could take days to get everyone through though, maybe even weeks. I mean, people do live beyond the wall, beyond the Great Shield.
I'd say a few test runs are in order.
That's definitely true.
How about you guys go talk with your king and see if you can get some brave souls who want to do the first test run to see how things exactly work with this obelisk. We see if we can
Sounds
get a couple of ships, see how many we can take with the obelisk, if we can get them there safely, and then we can probably speed up the process a little bit.
Sounds
Their
reasonable.
goal.
all right.
Very well. Now I'm going to go see if there's a tavern with a mug of ale with my name on it.
Oh, there's plenty of those around.
Exactly. I need to find a good one.
Go check out the shield wall. Very good. Lots of good meat, lots of good ale.
Rightio.
Just don't start no fights.
You say this, she's already heading her way towards the shield wall, wherever that is. She actually does not know, but you know what? She's gonna have her dear old friend Simone look for
So,
her.
Try not to kill any children.
funny, funny.
All this is just gonna give her. It's just gonna give Kendra a what? Why would that even be a discussion that needed to be happened?
You know, she gets a little bit rough with children. She says
Not with
ara
children.
ara, and then after that, she kind of just
I mean,
she likes playing with children. Okay, what can I say?
that did not sound right. Excuse me.
Say what?
Hello?
I don't think
That's
he
quote
meant
unquote.
what. I don't know. I don't think he meant what he said.
I meant literally, like, you know, like the thing that you did. I forgot what game you were playing. You broke
I
someone's arm.
know, but excuse me. She likes playing with children.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's quote
Uh,
unquote. Never mind. I can't do it.
Do it.
Someone else do it.
I think Kilroy's doing it.
no, I am not. I'm actually helping Pez here
Oh.
with something not
Okay.
related. But as Kiki goes off into trying to find a way around this town, you see there's a lot of abandoned sled carts or sleds. You see actually trains of them, like 12 sleds bound together, but they're just barren because of the cold. Do you have any cold weather gear?
Let me see.
I would assume that you already have had to have some.
Yes, I
Uh,
do.
There you go.
Thank God. I already have one character who's suffering cold exposure. For something that's
I
so
will answer these
expensive.
questions later. Pez. There you go. I will not be answering DMs for the next hour. So, re-
Wait,
regardless, um, yeah, there's no public transport right now because it's so freaking cold. People are not trading. They are mostly indoors. They have did what they can to um, insulate their homes. That you see a few break souls up in the roofs of said homes, um, uh, getting rid of the snow. But it's kind of a losing battle because the amount of snow that is drizzling over Stürmkrag is apocalyptic. It's gonna take you an like 30 minutes or so to go up the Odin Gungnir shaft, which is the main road that if it if it wasn't for the visibility, it would stretch for miles, and you would see the wall and all its grandeur that I'm sure the Kazukians would have spoken of. Um, However, you would know, however, that there is a dwarven neighborhood here in Stürmkrag. That was
How far
built
is it?
specifically for the dwarves, since Kazkarim and Sturmkrag were such tight allies. There is a neighborhood comprised entirely of dwarves.
How far is it from where I am right now?
It you are in Gungnir's gatehouse. The neighborhood is actually not that far. It's probably like 4 blocks away to your right along Gungnir Shaft. You know that they have at the moment it's mostly a residential neighborhood to house um, Kazukians. But there is 3 establishments that are well known in the district. There you have the Drunken Kazukan, which is a dwarven tavern. You have the Needle and Sword, which is an establishment owned by a halfling that focus on textiles, leather armors, and concealed weaponry. And then last but not least, there is the Kazukian Metal, which is a renowned armor smith that sells armor exclusively made from metal, dwarven craft, which is a mastercraft of its own. I will send you the lower city interactive map. The red houses is the dwarf district.
Oh, map. Yeah, I forgot how big this was.
Oh yeah, Stürmkrag is fucking massive. So Gungnir Shaft is actually the main road that stretches from Gungnir's gatehouse all the way to Storhilfen's gatehouse. But you can't see that far. You can only see like 20 feet ahead of you at best.
Alright. Um, Going off of this map. Oh, I might have to figure out how to pull that up. Anyway,
Mhm.
would it be
So you,
quicker for me to go to the dwarven um uh tavern instead of
yes.
the? Yeah, I'll
So
go there.
the shield wall is actually um somewhat. Let's see. It's pretty ways away. It's actually triple the distance to the nearest tavern. And since there are no public transport, and usually they would have like sled dogs ferrying trains of sleds up and down Gungnir Shaft. But because of Finbo Winter, that has been hampered because they can't keep up with the snow that is hindering the main road. It's actually difficult terrain all around,
Even with my long legs. Damn.
even with your long legs.
Damn. Yeah, I would go to the drunken Kazakham.
Okay. You open the door to the drunken Kazakan, and I mean you travel north, and then you veer off to your right into the street, and then keep going north until you see the drunken Kazakan. There is um, up above the door. It's a three-story building. As you see, it's very the architecture is very dwarven-like, and then there is um, above the door that is actually not that big. You could just barely fit a human through the door, but it is very broad. Above the door, there is a wooden carved depiction of two dwarves with iron bracers, kind of bare knuckle fighting. And one dwarf seems to be kind of catching the other one with a cross jab, and he's kind of reeling from that.
Haha. Oh, I
There
feel like home.
is no light coming from within the structure, however, and
Uh-huh.
it's hard to tell what time of the day it is, considering the current perpetual winter on Overload. It's actually quite dark and gloomy and
Blue.
just
Mhm.
not even blue. There's the rays of the sun is having a hard time penetrating all that snow.
Hmm.
You're cold, even with your cold weather gear. You um, there is snow building up on your eyebrows and like on any exposed skin. It starts to form a small layer of ice. Fucking cold as shit. A
Cold.
Goliath would be somewhat more comfortable, but not you.
Why doesn't my Goliath blood go through?
Do you have any race feats that would give you the mountain-born feat, racial
No,
feat? I
because
think it's
Pez
called.
said so.
Um. Okay. Well, we can talk about that between sessions. I would do it like kind of like the Mystic Elf. You get to pick two feats between classes, the races. Sorry. But yeah, what do you want to do as you look at this shut, lifeless
I.
husk of a dwarven tavern?
You're gonna buy it.
Sorry, are you drinking mead?
No, this is white wine.
Okay, that's very yellow for white wine. She would try and open the door. Is it locked? Is there any resistance when she tries to open it?
You try to open the door and it takes you a few good shield not shield that shoulder barge into it, and it seemed that it had been naturally reinforced by the ice that had been reigning supreme for God knows how long. And eventually, it kind of like snaps, kind of like bones snapping, really dry and um, sudden as you look into the interior of this tavern, and there is a single dwarf sitting against a dimly lit fireplace.
Ah, fucking finally. Ah, out of the cold. Oh, it doesn't feel
Oi,
that much warm
fucking
anymore.
shut that door, will ya? You fucking letting the cold in? You're gonna blow out my
Right. Get your head
fucking
up your
flame.
ass and close the fucking
What do you
door.
just fucking kick the door in and you let yourself in?
Well, obviously, it's fucking cold out there.
Fucking cold is an understatement. Fucking frigid.
She closes the door behind her. She goes in.
You know, I would offer you fucking ale, but it's I could apparently I'm only saying fucking like ale ice pops. Fucking ale is frozen in the barrel. And he kind of you see there's an open barrel with the cask open, and there is a metal spike and a hammer that he had been chipping away and then just sucking the ale shards to get kind of, in the dwarven mindset.
I mean, if it still does the trick, I ain't gonna
It,
complain that much.
you see that he had almost fletched these ice sculptures into arrows or hand axes. It's like, all right, well, look, since you're fucking here and you are brave enough to fucking weather whatever the fuck is going on with this fucking city, I could sell you a single fucking ale popsicle for 4 silver. Aye, it's fucking fair, right? Worth the journey, ain't it?
Ah, well enough. Let's see what I got here. I actually don't know if I have any Stürmkrag currents on me. I
I
had
think
some
I was the only
currency.
one who didn't do a conversion, so you can always go back and ask me.
Hmm. Hmm. Shit. Shit. I don't think I got any of that Stürmkrag money on me. All I got is this new coin.
Fucking new coin. Well, let's have a fucking look at it. I mean, as long as it's fucking, silver or copper, I could fucking smelt it and then just sell it as ingots.
You sure? I mean, the last place I was in, they wouldn't even take a single Stürmkrag coin off their arse.
Where the fuck were you? You're not one of the beyond the folks, are you? Stop taking snippets of me, you fuck.
Well, what? Oh yeah, obviously. I mean, I haven't been here for quite a long time, and I'm pretty sure Kaz Kalim is quite different from normal, at least from what I know. No, traveling to a new land does things. Here, if you don't believe me, take a look at these. And as she does this, she's gonna pull out a single copper, silver, and gold drag coin to show him.
Are you just holding out the coins in your hand?
I'm like holding up in the way you would show a coin, like in between your forefinger and your thumb. It's just like three of them.
As this dwarf kind of holds his coat shut manually, he kind of attempts to slap away your coin as if like, "Give me that. Let me fucking look at that shit."
Ah
Shite.
ah 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 ah! I didn't make a trade yet.
Well, I need to see if you're good for your fucking commodity, don't I? You don't trust a dwarf to know if a metal is what it is.
Oh, you just asked to
Well, you
look.
can
You didn't ask
fucking
to
piss
take.
off. Well, I need to see what this fucking coin is. I've never seen it before. All right, I'm kind of curious. Hand it over. But you want one of these popsicles, right? And he kind of takes like a little, like the smallest popsicle in his hoard, in the shape of a like a throwing dagger, and then he throws it in your forehead as it snaps, as it breaks and splinters. Like so carefully carved and smithed that the it's almost like it was made to bamf on impact.
Uh huh. Look, I wouldn't be wasting tricks like that if I were you. But here, take a look at the copper and the silver if you want. Just gonna fling him the coins.
He takes the golden draken, looks at it, is like,
Son of a
all
bitch.
right, who's this fucking puff? As he looks at the this would be what did you call your Golden Kingdom dude? Father Red, Father Gold?
Daddy,
No, no,
Father
no.
just
Daddy.
kidding.
What is it? Father, Granddad. What was the
He's
term
called
for it?
Grandfather Red.
Yeah, as he takes the Grandfather Red Golden Dragon, he goes, "Who's this fucking puff? Never fucking
Like hell, I
seen
know. I never
a
got to meet
fucking
him.
dragon on a fucking coin."
Yeah, apparently they got a whole bunch of this shit over there.
Really, right? I know Cascadim fucking hate dragons and giants and shite. They would love to go fucking knock his head off.
Look, if Kaskarims want to do that, that being like, yes, I assume you're part of Bit of Ale.
He takes the golden dragon and bites onto it with his the back of his teeth. Ha! Well, I could tell you that, but this is the purest fucking gold I've seen in a while. You're the You can drink all you fucking want today if I get to keep this.
Only for today. So I take it as 1 gold per day of full drinking.
I don't know how much fucking appetite you have. Judging by your fucking accent, it's a lot. He says that in Dwarvish, by the way.
About as much as a standard dwarf. A little bit more, a little bit less. It depends on how strong it is. She also responds in Dwarvish.
Well, I'm only gonna fucking give you a shite ale for them fucking hoomies. Wait, why did I talk like an orc? I'm only gonna give you shite ale like them fucking Stürmkragians of it. If you want the dwarven stuff, you gotta pay extra. Whereas this gold fucking dragon is it, I'll give you shelter for a week and fucking ale on demand because I know it won't fucking hit you as much, judging by your accent.
Shelter as well.
Well, since you speak me fucking tongue, and you got that dwarven accent, and you're dressed all funky as well, like one of them fucking deep dwellers from Cascadim, I'm willing to cut you cheap, right? It's 2 silver per night, but And actually, I'm cutting you the right fucking price. I tell you what, you let me keep this. I'll give you shelter for a week, and the food is on the house. All right.
Like I'd ever say no to that.
All right.
You need some help starting up that fire.
Well, the fight is already fucking going, but it's just it keeps snuffing out because the fucking cold. And every now and then, some cunt walks onto it and then lets the cold in. You know what I mean?
Well, who'd be fucking dumb enough to do that?
I don't fucking know. And then he nudges you in the ribs.
Is he
Um,
that tall?
he nudges you with his great axe. How about that? As that's going on, we switch over Kendra and Otis. You guys had to watch Kiki venture off out of sight to towards the shield wall, I guess. You went north of Gungnir Shaft. What do you guys talk about? What do you do?
Well, we were going to talk to figure out with the king what the time frame looked like, yes, or that was a plan, right? Unless I was mistaken.
Yeah, to help along their migration and plan it with the artifacts.
Okay. You
All right then.
you kind of like turn around into Gungnir Gate, and the guy's like, I thought you guys already had your saying with the king. You want back in? I mean, I'm not gonna stop you. You can go. Go right in if you need to. You're the Beyonders, right? You guys are somewhat of legends here.
Aye, if words spread that fast, then yes.
Yeah, no. He kind of like signals the gatekeeper to open the gate, and then the portcullis goes as the shrouded in um, ice. There's it's actually the portcullis is actually one big sheet of ice that just opens, and bits of it kind of falls on the ground, and then the gates kind of cracks like bone cracking as the hinges opens forth, and you guys are open into Gungnir's spear, or the what the fucking name that shit, Gungnir's something.
The upper city,
Second,
or
yeah, it's the upper city, but it is Gungnir's blade as it opens forth, and you guys traverse through the town. So same outlook where there is not a lot of traffic. We're sheltering from the bitter cold, and you weave your way up the upper city, up onto the keep. That it is a climb, as I'm sure you guys remember how Stürmkrag is structured. The lower city is somewhat plain, but the upper city it is kind of diagonal upwards, and it's kind of a climb. And then you add deep snow onto that. It's very arduous. It takes you about an hour to get there with no public transport. But you get to the keep. People let you in because you guys. He's like, "Hey, look, it's the Beyonders. I guess they want to talk to the king, right, Beyonders?"
aye, or whoever we need to.
I mean, you go on ahead. You're here to save us from this cold. I hope. I have children, you know. Go right in and speak to the king. I trust you with all my life, and you will not dishonor that trust. I know it.
Of
Go
course
right
not.
in.
Shit,
Otis
this is.
says a little uncertainly.
Yeah, you guys go
If
back into the
which is
frigid
funny.
keep. and you see King Svit sitting on the throne and talking to a Hivit Sparkus. What just to remind you guys, that is like the wizards in Norse in the Stürmkragian society. They are the shamans, so to speak. He's talking to just one.
Mm-hmm.
Turns around and says, "Ah, there's the Beyonders. It seems that you are back. Have you forgotten something? Perhaps my reward wasn't enough. So speak your mind. What do you all need?"
Your reward was plenty fine, my lord, but it was a matter of regarding transportation between the realms and between this new land. What
You see
is
him slouch back against his throne and then hold his tankard as a servant very hurriedly comes behind him and starts to pour him ale as he hears your next words. His gaze piercing through the throne room.
do you know, my lord, how long it may take in order to get or get the transportations or any ideas? We have men back there who we might need to send back to get supplies to reinforcements.
He waves the wine, the ale drinker or the meat drinker away as he says, "Well, I'm not gonna lie to the both of you beyond it. Is the fact that you had to return with an escape route is an absolute coincidence and omen to the survival of our people. My idea was to get the people from Battlefloyd back into Stürmkrag and then reconsolidate to weather out um, these trying times that are waging upon old Stürmkragen folk. I guess that I
Battlefield, huh?
had invested. My bet had paid off. I did not expect you all to have some sort of a back door into Finnbowind. So the stars seems to be aligning, and the North Stars has guided me to make this decision. We are looking at a week to the fleet of Battlefloy arrives in Stumkrag. They have abandoned the city. There's only a few uh, paladins of Heimdall that are standing behind to safeguard our conquest during the Great Rage. Should any of them pointy eared fucks try to take that city from us. So we are looking at a week. Um, Now, no one had told who is the storm seer among the your vessel, the Hellas Harpy I hear it called. Which beyonder is a storm seer among you?
I'm going to gesture a single hand towards Kendra. This would be her, my lord.
She'll bow, not, trying to maintain some decorum, not really sure how to react here.
I haven't met you, I don't think. Or maybe I have. Regardless, um you have steered them through this people are calling it Genung gap, the gap between realms. How did it work? Because our people are gonna amass. We are looking at 4,000 long ships to get through.
Well, you see, the first mate masterfully solved the puzzle involving receiving the artifact that allows this to work. But the gist is by reciting the passage written upon the artifact, uh, we should be able to open the sort of current that drifts us almost instantaneously to to the new world.
That is
it's
good.
quite
You
strange.
know what? What is your name there,
Uh,
Stormseer?
Kendra, my lord.
Kendra, you shall helm the safety of all of Stumkragian folk in this endeavor. You have a week to prepare and to carefully guide the captains of what needs to be done, where they need to be, and what they need to be doing when
Oh
the
my.
words are spoken.
Should be fine as long as they can manage not to crash into each other and to weather the upon arrival.
Good. I will leave you in charge of this endeavor. Now, as I believe I have answered your question, we are looking at a week until the migrants get here from Batterfloy. We will, however, be leaving some of the finest valiant warriors of Heimdall and some of the Hevitsparkers behind in Sumkrag because we will not want to leave our crown city undefended. But the rest of us will follow you beyond us into this new horizon. And you will guide us into a new age. You will guide my people, your people. You are making histories here beyond us. Make no mistake about the weight of destiny that weighs upon your shoulders from this point on.
Hmm. There's no doubt about it, but would it be wise to perhaps make a few test runs to see if indeed how exactly this portal works? I mean, we're in some
Our
dangerous times.
provisions have been enduring for a very long time. You have a week to prepare. Whatever you need to prepare, account for what needs to be done, but our people needs to get out now. I have made the calculations. We won't live for 2 weeks if every Sturmkragen is in our city. There is no trade. Trade has been halted between the kingdoms here in Agria. The sea is frozen. A large, vast layer of ice works as a cap along the southern rim, where the rim and no one goes in Jormungandr's den, but we are short. We were always short. When my father has settled and founded Stumkrag here, his lifeline was Batterfloy, and that has been constricted with this winter. But the gods know what they do when you are here and you have our escape. You have a week to make sure our people escape, just like my grandfather led the people through the Bifrostian Tiger to here. The duty lies with you, Stormseer, and with you beyond us to see us safe to this new haven that you have found. I am at your mercy. We are at your mercy. Do not fail us, for that will be the end of Stumkrag and our um, culture as it stands.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Marla's just gonna straighten her attention a little and nod and say, "Of course, my lord. That's our duty, after all."
I'm not your lord, I'm your king. And you are my beyonders now. That is a rank unique to you. When it comes to directing our people in times of chaos and apocalypse, we turn to you, the beyonders. Those who walk between realms and find solutions not bound to our plane. We are at your mercy. Don't fail us. Now go. Leave my throne room, for I have much to prepare for the preservation of our city, our capital city here in Batterfloy. We can't let this fall into our slumbering allies. or enemies. I am sure Aspida and maybe even the Truinsir will seek to take Battlefloy from us in our time of absence. But this is what needs to be done, and this is the right move. The safety of our people to a fertile land. A new start, a new age. Vinland is upon us, and you are the heralds. Now go. Go with the wind and ensure our success. For what your deeds echo today shall be immortalized in Stürmkrag history. I will be sure that bards sing in your names and that the heroes of Valhalla pour mead and slaughter the immortal boar with your accomplishments this day. Farewell, Beyonders. Do not fail.
Before we go, we do need to get his blessing for a contingent of troops. So,
So,
yep.
civilian, we have 1,000,000, more or less. So, 4,000 ships, perhaps more. We are leaving our best warriors behind. 4,000 civilians, and probably, I mean, you know, Sturmkragians, every civilian is a fucking warrior if he needs to be, and he's ready to die for his beliefs. 1,000,000 strong, Battle Florians and Sturmkragians.
Alright.
Is there any more questions?
With your blessing, could we get a contingent of troops? Our hold in the Vinland is a little precarious as of now, especially with us gone. We left some of our crew there to hold the keep that we secured, but as I said, it's a precarious hold, especially we believe that there may have been message that
Yes.
was sent out to enemies
You
from
are
there.
you are you, the Hellas Harpy. The Beyonders have complete control at this moment of the logistics of troops. Who gets to go first? Who gets to go last? How many go in? What formation you go in? I will leave that on to you. Just give me a parchment with the number and we will make it so. 1 week and counting. There's also this strange white dragon that has been preaching about the sentient storm or something. He's been lingering outside the gates and talking to our people. We haven't attacked it. Um, I will need one of you to go talk to him as well.
Would all of
Understand.
us know if this is out of character for a white dragon?
This is completely out of character for white. White dragons are innately the most bestial of dragons. They only look for mates when they need to breed. They don't. They are like the most bestial dragons that there is. In a white dragon's lair, they actually make they encase their treasures in ice sculptures to make them look bigger, just for aesthetics. They're not smart. They're like the dumbest of dragons, if you're to put it at that.
Hmm.
They are the most bestial. They are the most ferocious. The most wild dragons and predator-like dragons are white dragons. And the fact that this dragon is preaching whatever the fuck is preaching outside the gates is absolutely out of character. And you, Otis, being a white dragonborn,
Mhm.
you know this is
Mm.
this is this does not bode well. There is something is afoot.
Alright. How many did we leave at the castle? We left 39 at the castle? 34?
39, 39, 49, give or take 10.
39,
That's
49,
about it. No
10.
more than
Okay.
50.
Like 40, 30, 39.
How make it could the castle hold? Just
The castle could hold depending on the opposition, right? It depends. In a world without magic, 50 men could hold 500 men. But this is a world of magic.
hmm
Who knows? Up to you to make your assumptions.
Do we have a guesstimate of the amount of the feather gales that we saw in the tower
You what?
from when we were in the Feathergale Tower? Do we have an estimate of what their numbers may have been, or somewhere around?
Um, well, not a lot. Under 50. But they
Under
have
50.
flying
Okay.
mounts. You saw that.
They have flying mounts, yeah.
And they're not alone. They I mean
Yeah.
they were
They have
supplying
friends.
slaves. They were abducting people and then ferrying them to Riverguard Keep. And then there was a manifesto taking them to another place. Riverguard Keep was just a mustering point.
So if there's 50 or so of them in the tower, we can assume maybe what 100 or so directs
I
and
don't know.
another ally.
You can assume all you want,
And
my
then
friend.
I can
We
assume
can
what I
talk.
want. Yes, I know. Um, I think it'd be smart to get a contingent of at least 40 or 50 soldiers to the keep if possible.
Give me the parchment with your orders, and it shall be done.
And the right.
Is this all? I will dismiss you. As I have said, I have much to plan for. Riverguard Keep, 50 soldiers to Riverguard Keep. Sure, we have what kind of soldiers? Do you need the Hevitsparkers? Do you need the shapeshifted coats? The Oathhead Nod? Look, here's
What?
the thing.
Yes,
Everything that is within Stürmkrag right now,
at our disposal.
we will give you the manifesto of our troops. Okay, beyond it. And then we will tell you who's coming from Battlefloyd. And you can make or plot how we get to Vinland. You will take us to Vinland. Even if I have to kill you myself and then have a Hevitsparker cast Speak with Dead on you, it will be done.
It'll be done. I just need soldiers we just need soldiers to help secure our landing point. And if we can get some hit sparkers, then hey, even better.
Good. Now go. Leave my throne room before I toss you out.
I'm leaving.
And you see the guards kind of surrounding him.
Cut out there, Kilroy.
You what?
You cut out there. Or is it just
Okay,
me?
well, if uh, they just kind of the guards kind of close in and then usher you
Hmm.
out. Any demands for logistics or troops or anything like that can be relayed through uh, um, kind of a spell or just a raven or anything. You don't need
Gotcha.
to directly speak with the king to get what you want.
Excellent.
Kendra, what are you doing? I know we didn't do a one
Uh,
on one on you, so you don't actually have any backstory, which is, it
Oh,
really hurts me.
yeah, I'll
13
let Aldous
episodes
do
and
his
it
thing.
hurts me a lot.
Yeah, I'll let Aldous do his thing. Her thing.
Uh-uh. Guess what, buddy?
your turn.
Spotlight is on you. What do you want to do?
Let's see. Is the local church Freya in this city, or is that elsewhere?
Let me see. I'm pretty sure there is a temple here for Freya. Pull out that interactive map. Here we go. Temple of Freya. We do have a Temple of Freya.
I think I'm going to go there and report my whereabouts slash exploits because I believe from their perspective, uh, I just sort of disappeared for I don't know how long, and then just showed up again.
So there is the Temple of Freya. Then there is Freya's Valkyrias, which is kind of like a coalition between. That's like the Meteor. Freya's Valkyrias are the materialistic organization of paladins and clerics who kind of defend the area. Freya's temple um, see to the well-being and the fertility of Stürmkrag city-wide. So, are you going to the temple?
Which one would have been a part of? Because I'm not officially a Valkyrie. I was someone in
The
training to be
temple, then.
one. So okay.
Okay. You arrive at the temple, and then there is a very um. You go in, you see there are stone pillars and braziers lighting up the initial entrance of this uh, fucking temple. Sorry. You see, there is one elven lady with kind of like at the back of her head, her blonde hair, which is just um, kind of crystal-like color. It's just tied to a bun, and then her fringe kind of drizzles from the corner of her scalp as a fringe drapes over her left eye. And she's holding the staff, and um, in the other hand, she has a knife. She's currently reciting rites, and beneath her, there is a little baby goat, and um, resting the goat's neck is a wooden bowl that is empty. And as you walk in, she goes, "Praise Freya and her fertility. Give back Stürmkrag light. Give back our people the means to grow vegetables and the means to eat. And may the sheet of ice break our shore rivers so we may fish and feed our people. We bless you, Freya. We yearn for your attention. Please, we have earned thy blessing," as she plunges a a knife into the goat's neck and then slices it midway as you just hear liquid pour out from the wound and then um, begin to fill the wooden bowl.
I'll let her finish her ritual. I believe it would be rude to just say hi in the middle of a religious rite.
Yeah, she kind of takes the dagger and then she licks it with her tongue and then sheaves the dagger, takes the goat by under the bottom jaw, and then just kind of tilts it like a dwarf would tilt a keg of ale, just so that she does not miss any of the baby goat's nutrients or blood or lifeline into the bowl. And after that, she takes a rope and tugs on it as one of the acolytes replaces the brimming bowl of blood with a new bowl as the goat hangs from a rack and any leftover blood from the initial spilling would fill the second bowl as she takes the filled bowl, does a 180. Look at the attendants to such a look at the attendants who have come to Freya's temple in a time barren of fertility. And she takes a whisk of horsehair tied into a bun, kind of like a crudely fashioned brush. She looks at the participants in the ritual, dips the brush into the bowl, and begins to flick their faces with the goat's blood, one by one, as she whispers in a tongue that is very ancient. Uh, you would know this language. They're speaking in Furthrak, or Elder Furthrak. And she's just basically saying, Freya, bless this land, rid us of this constricting time. She flicks everyone's faces, and then she flicks it in your faces, walks past you, and continues blessing the sanctum. And then after that, people just kind of fall to their knees and then just begin silent praisings of Freya. What do you do?
Oh, so I take it they're still busy then?
No, this is pretty much the after hours of the rite.
Okay.
Have you ever been to like a cult, like in a church?
No, I have
Like
not been to a cult.
No, I mean, when I say a cult, it's kind of like a I'm trying to draw back my Christian days in church. Kind of like a mass.
When he says a cult, he means the Catholic rites.
I didn't like a
Catholic
mass.
rite.
Have you ever been to a mass?
Yes, I've been to.
You know when the priest recites, or he does kind of like, I don't know how churches like in America, but in Brazil, to close off the mass, the shepherd, or not shepherd, the
It's a creed in our church. There's a special. I forgot what the name of it was, but
right.
We only usually do that in special events.
After the priest, it's not a priest. After the pastor had
Deacon.
had preached the word, in this case Freya's word, and had yearned for Freya's blessing, in today's world, the pastor done a closing prayer, and after that, people would linger in the temple and usher their own yearnings and prayer and cries for help, as probably their families are growing hungry. Perhaps the heritage long farm is withering with the cold. But there is a few lingering
Supplicants.
devotees who are committing silent prayer. But you see the main priest take the remainder of the goat's blood and then just start to gulp. Gulp. Look, as it overflows the current capacity of her mouth, and it begins to overflow in the side of her lips, and then soon create a cone of blood in her beautiful white silk dress.
I'll be
And
back
she
in just
wipes
a
it from
second.
her mouth. But you are the mass has concluded, and you feel that you will not disturb him any longer.
Good day, sisters.
Good day. I remember you. You were. This is the head priestess talking. I remember you. You were raised as a cleric within these walls, and you were the only that was blessed with Freya's powers. A prodigy here in Stürmkrag. And I hear, or Freya does whisper in my ears every now and then, that you have earned the title of a Beyonder. What do you seek in this temple?
You've heard well. As for what I seek, I simply came to report my voyage after being shipwrecked. Darn it, shipwrecked, and joining the
Indeed.
crew.
I believe that the Aesir had plucked their song upon the strings of destiny, and you were shipwrecked for a reason, Kendra. A time of
Indeed,
reflection without no shadow of a doubt had tested your faith, and you had persevered. I know it. Omens have told me, the runes spoken to me. You're the champion of Freya. And now look at you. In the time barren of fertility, you return to us with the prospect of evergreen earth and boundless green fauna.
it is quite beautiful indeed. I've even managed to make effort to spread our faith preliminarily, and part of a preliminary effort.
What do you seek, Kendra the Beyond?
Merely to report, and see how the faith is doing as of late. It's not new. This was my first major leave from the church.
The faith is faithful, has always been. In a time of fertility, we know that Aesir care for us. That's why we breathe to this day, and that is why you are here with a solution to this conundrum.
Oh,
You are to guide our people to a more fertile path, a verdant path, a path to lusher lands. Our faith holds strong. We did not know that the herald of our salvation would be you, Kendra. You, child, plucked from the streets, versed in Freya's teachings, and now look at you bestowed in her power and our only gateway to salvation.
unfortunately, I do bring some unfortunate tidings. Uh, on my voyage, I encountered other faiths not known to this land, faiths that are currently at war.
False faiths. Surely.
Indeed, elemental cults.
Elemental cults? Like a
They
type?
preach of spirits of the land and seas and flame. I do not recall them all, but I remember of them.
Seas and land. That is not Freya's dominion. If I would know better, that is Jormungandr and... No, it cannot be. You're the rival. The preaching of new powers in the Aesir contending table. Satur,
Very
Kendra, you must
possible.
guide our people. You are the beacon to our faith. If it is true what you say, we must steel our spirits to the upcoming warfare of the soul.
Also, I'm pregnant. Okay, no.
Well, it is you have been truly blessed by Freya. I knew it. Look at your cheeks are blushing. You are got a bit of a light inside you. You done good. One, we could not ask for more of a follower or champion of Freya. Thank you for your service, and know that our entire faith, in light of these new gods, you are the safekeeper of our faith, our practices, our tradition.
And I do hope I can entrust you if the child should come to fruition during the migration to care for them on the other while I'm tending to my day-to-day duties.
If you seek to dispatch the babe onto our order, we will take care of it like we took care of you. And look at you. You're the champion of Freya. I think we've done a pretty damn good job. So, rest assured.
Thank you, sister. And she'll bow.
Yeah, she watches over you, lifts her head, and watches you like a fucking giraffe.
Ooh, I just realized something. DM,
Hmm.
is there anywhere we can make use of the heart, or is the forge on our ship really the only place that we can do things with that?
As far as you know, your ship
There's
is the
no.
only thing that consumes draconic hearts.
Oh, no, not draconic hearts. The other heart, the uncommon material for the forging of a item. We never decided where we're going to use that. Actually, we should probably wait for everyone to come. But in the
Oh,
case of
the you're a native to Stürmkrag. You just go to the dwarves, to the dwarven district. They could, if you have the coin and the components, they could craft you what you need. If you are, if you know, it's gonna get to you eventually. I mean, it's gonna be completed eventually. You just need to pick it up.
oh cool but did we already send the material to be forged and something? I
No,
didn't know.
no one has
Okay.
done so.
Um, then I think I'll spend if I still have like the rest of the day. I think I'll. The big issue here is I only have my starting gold because I think Ryan has all the expense.
Hello. Wait, I've seen your face. You're the Beyonder. Wait, this is a dwarf. As you walk into the dwarven district, it's like, oh, I fucking know you, mate. You're one of them fucking Beyonders, right? You're here to save us, right?
Indeed,
Ain't that right? All right.
I've come to you with a job,
What's a
possibly,
pretty
sir.
place like you doing in a girl like this?
I'm sorry, that was awesome.
Sorry, that's a Deadpool quote from the movie.
I've potentially come with a job from our fellow Beyonders, more of a preliminary assessment of
You know, for a Beyonder, I will give you first item. I will not charge a damn thing if you save us. If you do not, I will kill you in your sleep.
deal.
I will take those eyes and imbue them with eldritch, dwarven runes and have them be sentries to my shop. But let's hope you're right.
Such a
No pressure.
charmer you are.
I am.
People have
Thanks.
always said that my eyes were so. Well, because she conceals her eyes under a helmet, it's a sensitive subject.
Well, no, I think they'll look pretty fucking beautiful on a fucking spike outside my shop.
Really?
I mean, any
Thank
fucking
you,
eye
sir.
looks good on a spike.
You are too kind.
I mean, don't kid yourself. Look, alright? Fucking beyond that, I'm giving you a freebie. You fucking save us, or I'll kill you, alright? I'll fetch whatever you need to do this one time. I'll give you the fucking item. Just give me the coin, right? Because shit ain't. I have to spend money with this. And I ain't got fucking gold like a goddamn beyonder. God knows what sort of riches you sort out there. Just tell me what the fuck you need. I'll see if I can do it and give me the money. And if you don't, there's gonna be a fucking hand axe carved in the back of your fucking head like the mountains of Cascadim are severed and sedated.
So I'm probably not carrying the item, but I literally only have written down uncommon and catalyst manticore heart, and I don't know what trait trait you gave it.
So just because we don't have the crafting rules, just um a manticore heart. I don't know what sort of quality that is. Just just put it on a paper what sort of item you want, and I'll see if he can do it.
Okay, I'm not gonna
As
do that
long as
now.
it
I'm just
is two. Remember, you're going to a dwarven smith. He can do magic, but it depends what component you grant onto him. So just give me a list of three items what you would want this component to be, and then he will rule it out. He would speak to you via message, and I would do that between sessions to see.
okay. Don't worry, I wasn't gonna do anything now. I'm just making sure that we can do that here, and
Yeah.
also, we well probably it's really gonna be an item for probably one of the melee people. Um, so we probably should have all of them in this discussion. But good to confirm with this guy. Great.
So
Question.
let me see this fucking hard. I never seen the manticore myself. We mainly here only deal with fucking frost giants and fucking remorages crawling up and biting your fucking sack off. Um, fucking goblins off in the Bifrostian taiga and fucking outlaws and shite and white dragon wormlings and the fuck is a manticore, mate? Let me
Well, you
take a look at
see,
that fucking hat. Just give it air, will you? I'm trying to help you here, right? Fucking
I probably
Beyonder,
don't.
just put it on the fucking counter. I ain't got the fucking time for this shite.
I probably don't. Actually, I am the one carrying it. Never mind. Yeah, I do. I will show him the Manticore heart, and I'll try to do like one of those orations that some storytellers do, where they describe the beast. Uh, well, you see, have you ever seen a wolf? It was like a dire wolf, right? Only
Right?
nay a fur. No, its hide was almost like clean shaven, and its beard was uh
Fucking wolf had a
three times.
beard. I fucking like him already. I want that as a fucking guard dog.
Only
Fucking
instead of
wolf with a
hairs,
beard.
it was a needle on
Oh
every hair,
You know,
and
I fucking like that more.
it had two great horns, and it could shake its mighty beard and send its needles flying about, and the beard would always grow back to perfect. I don't know.
All right. So what are you trying to do there, mate? You want a fucking weapon out of this hat, or you want to imbue what exactly?
Yes, perhaps a weapon. Is the texture of the heart good enough for a cloak? Is it magical enough in nature for
Well,
something?
fuck. Well, by the description you just fucking gave me, that is for damn sure. Okay. Well, do you have any fucking coin on you? It's gonna cost at least 500, you know, Stürmkragian crowns.
Uh, Ryan has all the money, so probably no. But
Well, you
I'll take
could
the heart back
arrange. I'm
until
gonna
yeah.
say you can arrange it to be delivered here because you earned it. He would have no qualms with it. I know him.
Our captain Ryan holds all of our funds, and I do believe he has enough to pay for it. We'll keep in touch. Here's my name. I'll leave our information or the regards and all of our shipment mates and all that, so he knows who he's dealing with. Proper business or whatever the business procedure is here.
Okay, so you want a fucking cloak, right? Do you have any
I'm not.
ideas
DM,
what this?
I'm not going to select the item because I don't know what the rest of the party wants.
Right then, hold on. This is it is yours, or did you fucking steal it?
I killed it, so I think it's mine.
It's fucking yours, right? What do you want? What do you want this? You want this to protect you, or do you want it in a fucking crystal, or do you want it in a fucking sword? I need some kind of guidelines here. I can't just make any old shite. You know, I have a fucking my surname I need to uphold. Give me some fucking guidelines here, or I'll make this a fucking abyssal chicken summoner, and you won't even know. You know, you can't leave it loose like that, girl. Right, lass? Hey, fucking talking to
Uh,
you. What are you staring into
I
space?
believe I think a weapon of some
You want a
sort would be
weapon,
best.
right?
Um, Preferences for maybe something light, easy to stab with, or maybe even a mighty axe or hammer.
I'll tell you what, I will conjure something up within the next day or two, and I will fucking mail it to you. Where can I find you?
Uh, I believe I'll be at the Church of Freya until working out the details of our migration.
All right, fuck's sakes, I will. I give you parameters, and I'll see what I got, and I'll fucking send it to you. What is available to be done with this? Right now, I must tell you, every item crafted by a Kazukian has the maker's um, sigil on it. All right, kind of like a trade, you know, like a trademark, if you wish. So as long as you're okay with that, all right, I can carry on with the prospect of what you need done.
I have no issue with your symbol being on
All
the
right,
work.
fucking good, because there was no choice. If you had an issue, you could fucking piss off.
Sorry, what was that last one?
I said if you had a fucking issue with me trademark, you could piss off.
Oh, I have no issue with trademarks.
Oh, brilliant. All right. Uh, I'll fucking get in touch with you. What's your name? By the
Kendra.
way,
Kendra the
Kendra.
Novice. Oh,
What?
sorry, wait, my title's different now. Uh,
The fucking
Kendra the
novice?
Kendra the
Fucking novice
Beyonder.
with some fucking alien art? You ain't no novice.
The Beyonder, I believe. The Kendra the Beyonder. Now,
Kendra the Beyonder, now that has a fucking nice ring to it. I'm Bruder Me. Ingot Braids from Cascadem itself. Put that in Vinland. Gonna put that in campaign. Yeah. And he is the owner of the Kazukin Medal. And there we go. Alright, well, fucking piss off and let me get on with it, alright? Fucking pointing there, cunt. Got a lot to do.
very well. Freya be with you. And then she'll do like a little prayer gesture and head out.
Yeah, ancestor, father, the fucking gods. Yeah, they don't trust that Freya shite. From what I heard from your gods, this fucking shit show.
She'll
But
ignore that last one.
okay, we're getting close to the time limit. I am so sorry for being late today. but I'm gonna call it a session here because we pretty much done kind of just kind of working out the intricate details of what you guys needed to do. I still need to go through Pi and Vivas. But after that, we will probably dive into personal things, like if you want to check on parents, those of you who attended, so Otis, check on your
I
parents. Hunbun, if you want to check on your master or if he's coming here or what the current Kazukian stance in this whole migration.
Yeah.
You can do that next session. Kendra, you can. Oh, it's really hard if you don't have a backstory. I'm kind of improvising here as I go along, but
Yeah, don't
you
worry about
can
it. I'll deal with
invest time. I want to know. We still have 7 minutes, so let me ask you guys. You guys reconvene back in the middle of Gungnir Shaft,
Oh,
and
okay.
Otis, you know that as the king told you, there is a ancient white dragon outside the walls, and you feel like it's important to inform Kiki and Kendra of this herald.
mm, and that is if he's oh but okay, so we're all
You have just
Okay.
after you've gone separate directions, you reconvene in the center of Gungnir Shaft.
Are we outside?
If you want to be, unless you want to change the scenery, I have no problem with it. You want to be
All right.
inside or inside the barren shield wall? Not shit wall. Shield wall.
Ah, Kiki, there you are. Kiki.
Um. Uh. Oh. Shit, my neck. Alright. Yo, how's it going?
Hmm. Well,
How'd it go with the king?
well, we have all whatever he's basically he said whatever we needed we would have. So we should soon have a shipment of troops that making their way ready to help hold the River Guard Keep or whatever it is they're calling it now.
Alright, how long did he say it would take?
He said the estimate for ready to move would be about a week.
A week.
A week. A week until the full movement should be ready.
Is that enough time to test out the obelisk?
Should be more than enough, assuming that it doesn't act strangely with time.
That's the issue. We don't know what it's gonna do.
Exactly. So then probably probably tomorrow we should make some steps to figure out if that's going to be the case.
Draconic roar sounds in the distance.
And there's also that dragon that the king's that's been sitting outside the city, heralding out. It's strange. White dragon shouldn't be acting that way. Tend to only care for themselves, but this one, it seems, has been taking steps to warn them of something. King wants us to check it out at some point. Probably sooner
Your
rather
king
than
wants us
later.
to talk to a white dragon.
Orders are orders.
and we're dragging you along.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
give
pretend I didn't hear
Kendra a
that.
flat stare.
Hold on now. Kendra, you can't say things like that and expect me just to fucking ignore them.
oh no.
Where's my D4? Kendra takes 2 psychic damage.
Ow!
Is that downer?
No.
You feeling okay there, Kenta?
There's a little nosebleed.
Huh, I must have offended the gods.
Must have. Actually offended me. But yes, the king wants us to talk to him. About what, I don't know, but just see what he's on about and ramble. Although, if you're fine with it, I would like to... Were you wanting to run that scene now, Kilroy? Or wait till
What
next time?
thing?
With the white dragon, or just us can reconvene?
You know what? Yeah, if you want to talk to it now.
Give me 1 second. Let me double check something.
Yeah,
I
I'm
actually
in
need
the
to step away
pocket. No.
here very shortly, so I probably was smart to just put it off till next week. We have to go.
Okay,
All
we'll
right.
do that then. That concludes our very short session. But the next few sessions should just be not stressful. Just
Just fighting a
role
dragon.
Not
playing.
Man.
Just
stressful. Not stressful. Kilroy's the DM. Those two words don't go together.
let me rephrase that. It should not involve any combat. So you guys can just you have a task. You have a week to do whatever you want. But
Hmm.
after a week, the migration fleet will arrive, and they want to get out of here.
You say no combat. I'm 90% certain I've got a black dragonborn to kill.
There, there could be
That'd
combat.
actually be really fun.
I am actually yearning for you to go back home, Otis. I have a few ideas.
I am. I'm interested to see what's gonna happen,
Very well. All right.
especially with that white dragon. Hmm.
That concludes our game. Thank you very much
All
for
right.
joining today. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
I will see y'all in 2
2
weeks.
weeks time.
See you guys in 2
2
weeks.
weeks.
It's so hot. See ya.
Wait, 2 weeks. Oh man, that's not. Wait. That means I can 1 second.
Yeah,
Gotta
we're swapping to
Bi-weekly.
bi-weekly. Got it. Yeah.
bi-weekly now.
Okay.
Wait a second. What level are we? 5 or 6?
I think you're 5. Check your sheet.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yep, sheet says 5, so I'll go
He was
with whatever
double
Dave
checking
wants.
if we leveled.
All right. I told you it was going to be a light session. Well, there you go. I shall see you guys in 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks.
I hope you
All
enjoyed
right.
the game.
Bye, y'all. Yes, enjoyed. It was
Bye
good.
bye.
Yes, sorry, I gotta fly now.
Later.
See ya.
Adios.